the song Clarity, which I just played, that was a big hit for me on my last album. And it's really a song about someone searching for some kind of objective truth in life. You know, life is so complex sometimes, and it's you know, I think a natural human desire to search for that one thing that drives us, that gives us a sense of perspective and a sense of purpose. And the lyrics say, beyond these walls, further than eyes see, there's a place they call clarity. And it's really about that yearning for truth. And the second verse says, there's no road, there's no guiding light, only murmurs in your heart. And that really is that saying that, you know, you're never going to find sort of a tangible, clear road. You know, you just have to trust your instincts and listen to that inner voice, and it'll guide you if you're listening to it. Let's go down the rabbit hole. The song I played is called Today, and it's really a song about the temporariness of life, how there are good moments that are, you know, fleeting, and they kind of slip through our fingers. And it's really about someone who's trying to hold on to some of those moments, you know, even though they're always, you have to have the bad to balance the good, and, you know, the bad moments are temporary as well. And it's really someone who's just trying to find some kind of a long-term balance in their life, and trying to connect to people who are feeling the same thing. Growing up, I listened to a lot of eclectic music, from African music, North African like Wes, Yusu Ndur, to South African. I also listened to folk music like Bob Dylan. The Beatles were a big influence. And then one day I just stumbled across Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana, and I think, like many other musicians, I was sort of bowled over by this album. It was just a revelation for me. And so I think all those things kind of came together. Radiohead is another big influence, and they kind of all kind of filter through my music in different ways. My writing process is very much melody orientated, so I always start with just chords and melody. And I think the most important thing to keep in mind when you're writing music is never to put yourself under any kind of pressure. You know, you are at your most creative when you are really just messing around, just playing. You know, creativity is a playful act. You know, it's an act of curiosity, and you'll start playing a little lick, and it'll start, you know, sounding cool, and then you'll start sort of singing a little thing over it, and these things just start kind of coming together out of nothing. You know, and the moment you start thinking about it, it'll disappear. You know, so I really don't put any pressure on myself. I just try and enjoy music and enjoy, you know, different ideas, different melody structures, working over different chord structures. And then once I've got something that I'm happy with, then I'll let the melody start suggesting lyrics to me. A lot of the time a melody is very emotive, so it'll suggest lyrics, and then you take what sort of the melody is suggesting, and then you build on that. So a lot of my songs start with one or two lines, like that song Clarity, Let's Go Down the Rabbit Hole. That was a line that I liked, and I worked with that, and it extended it, you know, I built the whole song around that. So yeah, you usually start with one thing and you build it up. This is a Taylor guitar. It's a 914 model, and I got a sponsorship in South Africa, and they told me to just kind of come in and play a whole lot of Taylors and see which one really spoke to me. And I'm not a technically orientated musician. I really I let the instrument speak to me emotionally more than anything, and it's really, you know, as a writing tool, you want an instrument that you feel comfortable on, that has a sound that you think fits your writing style more than anything. And this guitar, I mean, I played a whole lot of different ones at the shop, and when I picked this one up, it just, you know, just kind of sits right. It's light. I love the pristine sound of it. I love the fact that I can, you know, when you plug it in, you can make it sound like more of a twangy sort of country sound, and you can also make it, you know, more sort of bottom endy and rocky. So kind of has a nice eclectic sound to it, which I like. And yeah, just the sound of it just really spoke to me. I've been touring in the States for the last few weeks. It's been a fantastic experience, not only to be playing my music for new audiences, but also just to the cultural experience of traveling. I really enjoy it, and it inspires me a lot. So I've been writing a lot of music, and I'm in the process of putting together my next album, which is an exciting experience for me. I like to sort of challenge myself musically. I like bands that are unafraid to reinvent themselves and to kind of push their own sound. So for me, being here has been really great, because I think that there's this place is home to some of my favorite bands, and it's kind of inspired me to become a little bit more edgy, a little bit more experimental in my sound. And I think for the next album I'll definitely try and incorporate some of those elements. We released a single beginning of this year called Sinking, which was just a special release of a song that's been hanging around that I really wanted to record, and that's online, so you can check that out. And beyond that, I'm going to be playing in South Africa in the middle of the year, and then in Europe, and then hopefully back in the States.